Hello, and welcome back to Star Wars Empire War, Zsinj's Empire, where previously we did take Mirka, Morocco, and Mindor from the enemy, as well as Ton Falk, which is absolutely brilliant. It's a very nice offensive for us, so it's really boosted our income, but we do now struggle once again with being very inefficient with our population. We're exceeding our current population capacity by quite a bit, and that's because we now have this young chap over here, Joseph Grunger, who is an Executor Star Dreadnought warlord here, which is absolutely brilliant. So we have another one of those Super Star Destroyers out, as well as using Zinj's Executor in Zenkin's fleet over here with his Praetor 2. So we've got a lot of hard-hitting capital ships now, so we really don't need to be building too much more in terms of navy, do we? And we have quite the hefty ground invasion task force here above Mirka, ready to take Fader over here from the Pentastar Alignment in an effort to break into their territory and finally grasp it for ourselves. It's also a good way of reducing their income, as they should have a trade route on Ord Mantell. Although having a closer look at that, doesn't look like they've built it there. They've just got the base 300 income there. Either way, still a planet for us, and we're waiting to be attacked by their executor over here. I forget the name of this young man now, it's just completely escaped me. Ardus Kane, of course. We're not going to fight the battle on their orbital space here because of this hypervelocity cannon. I want to try and get Zsinj to intercept them over Sutric. If we leave zero fleet above Sutric, that will mean that, of course, the fleet over here wants to come straight on in and take that as it is, as it stands, without bringing in extra reinforcements. The thing is, it's a lot shorter distance between Corvus Minor and Sutric than it is between Sutric and Solaris, so we might well have to fight a ground battle over here. And we're not entirely kitted out as we'd like to be. We'd prefer a couple more units down there, but I also don't really want to risk sending anything over there now. It's quite a long journey, and it's quite likely they're going to launch that very, very quickly indeed. Although having said that, maybe we can risk sending a Canderous assault tank over there, maybe? Mirka's quite the distance though. Maybe even something from this garrison. I'll tell you what, we'll sell this off because you don't need it. It just frees up the tiniest bits of parts. Only one though. You've got to make savings where you can. Might even be an idea to take an ATAA. But I think the mass drivers of these things do quite well. I swear we have more Canderous assault tanks about. We've got one over at the Borough Sky. It's very interesting there. Even just taking that, we'll press play anyway. We'll take a Canderous and a SPMAT over if we can. But we'll keep an eye out on the messages over here because we need to be alert for that. We're also going to immediately raid Takana because the New Republic has taken that and they're very likely to have a decent fleet over there. So we can take that out. That should leave open Mon Calamari for us. Okay, so we don't have any interdiction capabilities over here because we're so late. They have an Endurance Star Destroyer, which is amazing to pick up for us. And this is a Bothan Assault Cruiser, very nice indeed. You're very late into the game now, 100 cycles in. It's quite disgusting actually that we haven't made so much progress. But you know, you can't be comparing your expansion to other people's in previous campaigns. Because as we know, comparison is the enemy of joy. Sorry, it took me a bit too long to remember exactly what that phrase was. So we should be ripping this apart fairly easily. We will activate our ability fairly soon, as this MCACB is looking like it's going to get destroyed. Just get some galleons down to help us heal tank. Always missing that bus in there. Activate this. Lovely. Get some lancers up to help us out. Great stuff, and that will be going down. They're thinking of retreating. Let's get that Endurance Star Destroyer at least. Get the shields, engines, and the engines of this assault cruiser will be great. We did target them and they're down, so they won't be able to retreat. But we didn't unfortunately get the salvage from that Endurance Star Destroyer, which is a shame. But we did manage to wipe out the fleet though, which is very, very useful indeed. And we're going to waste no time now in actually taking that planet for ourselves. Let's get on over there, because we want to take it before they start building up anything there. Just double check we've made us over here. We certainly have. We have a construction complete over there. I'm not entirely sure what that was off the top of my head. Probably a light factory there. Not a problem. Let's double check what we have over here. A good amount of units. If we lose this, then we can retire out of embarrassment from this game. But we're going to take Takada now. I think this is actually very similar, or actually shared from the Camino map as well, which is very nice to see indeed. Going to land, I think the Night Sister would be very useful. And we want some sort of decent anti-vehicle power, do we? We can get anti-vehicle power soon. Got some rockets on our Raptors. We'll bring down a A9 Fortress to provide mobile healing, since we're going quite Raptor heavy to begin with. We could probably expect the enemy to try and rush us because they don't have any buildings active. So if we can play fairly defensively, that'd be quite decent for us. So with that being said, what we can do is actually produce anti-vehicle weapons ahead there. Make one here. I was hoping there might be... There's a build pad there. There we go, lovely. I want to know what this abandoned building up here is, actually. It's interesting. We can see the enemies going central over here, so we'll send one of these Raptors over here. Otherwise, then, maybe we'll make us over here for another 3 pot points. Whatever I want to do it quickly, so let's just move everyone here now. Do we see anything over here? That's 2 pot points, we don't have to land here. Maybe bring down a Imperial dropship, because that'll be very good against whatever the New Republic's got. It didn't indicate the largest of garrisons here when we landed either. So yeah, we'll take down... I think we'll take down 2 dropships because they're very, very useful indeed. And we'll build another turret over here. I'll just make sure we're capturing build pads as we can. We'll get these on our flanks as well. I'm going to make sure they're all anti-vehicle, just because that's somewhere we're somewhat lacking at the moment. We'll scout ahead with these dropships. We'll make this a battery healing station. We'll take 2 units over here to capture this abandonment over here. And we'll scout their forward base. Aha! Oh, there's a lot of armour there. I forget what these are called. T3B track tanks. Yeah, they've got a lot of missiles and such there. We'll get through their shields. Yeah, it's proton missiles and heavy blasts. We're going to lose these. We should have pulled back immediately, really. So that's a shame. Getting greedy. Pull back and give them the order, mate. Come on. Just about get out of that. Just about get out of that. Okay. So, it's an interesting one. Very interesting one. Because of these hover tanks, we can't really rely on our Raptors, because their missiles will absolutely shred through our Raptors. What did we get out of here? Did we get anything? We captured it. Did we get this? Factory bunker. It's interesting. Don't see anything else out of here though. It says we should be getting a LAAT out of it, but don't see it. Not a problem. We'll just garrison here for now. Okay, well, I think with that being said, just a lot of anti-vehicle out now then. One of these is anti-vehicle, aren't they? Sort of. I don't want to risk losing them, because I want to keep them before taking Mon Calamari. If we just keep this A9 in range, we should be fine with that healing. And of course, we'll bring these in range as well. Can they shoot from here? They don't have the line of sight. Maybe they do. Give this up.
No one is my superior.
I await your instructions.
Okay. Don't want to rush these without support. Let's pull back here.
Awaiting orders. We're moving right away.
Your orders. I am on.
Come on. You can do this. Just sit these. Play defensively. What are they doing over here? We do have a bombing run available, actually.
I sense disturbance.
That's interesting. Maybe we can hold these in place then and just use our bombing run. Actually, it's only a few units here. Wouldn't usually warrant a bombing run, but you know they're not going to produce any more units. And if we advance on that, I'm not going to be too happy if we take any more losses, really. So we'll play it safe. We actually missed the majority of things there. Not a problem. We're going to hide in here. Yeah, let's get up here. No, so the Night Sister is actually best against infantry because she can do that as her natural attack, which is absolutely disgusting. And she does have drain life as well when need be. Let's try and hit this. Yeah, the mass drivers look like they're going to ignore shields, which is great. But the enemy's going to retreat anyway, which is a shame because that will probably go back to Mon Calamari, and that will make our invasion that much harder there. So it's a real shame to have lost that dropship. Not a problem. We can certainly live with it. Now, even though we do have a fair bit of money, I'm going to be a little tight and start using our administrator here. I'm going to keep an eye over... Okay, so... Ardus Kane's left the orbital space of Corvus there. That's very interesting indeed. That's very, very interesting indeed. I think we should take Corvus Minor, because there's nothing there now. That's very interesting indeed. So we can certainly withstand a shot from the hypervelocity cannon if we're very quick with Zsinj. Do we want to just land there with... I don't really have any stealth units about, do we? Okay, so what we're going to do is pull up the ground units here and take it with Zsinj here while there's no one about, so that we're no longer on that choke point and just waiting for the enemy there. We're done building here. We want really to start building elsewhere. Oh, we've caught something big here. Oh, we've caught so many ground units there. That's absolutely brilliant. Look at all of that. They're definitely thinking about invading something with this. Okay, so the problem here is I do have a hypervelocity cannon, and that's going to shoot the first thing it sees. So we're going to lose this twin well immobilizer, but we need to use that as quickly as possible then to get rid of these units at least. And yeah, see how that's pretty much ripped us apart now. Unfortunately, that can't retreat independently. It's actually wiped its engines, it has, so that's pretty much lost. Needs to win this before that hypervelocity cannon can fire again, and unfortunately I don't think that's going to be the case. But we have already ripped apart the enemy landing ships, so that's already a massive gain for us, whether we lose the immobilizer or not. Certainly paid for ourselves there.
I'm on them.
Well, we did manage to get in range of that shipyard just before we took another shot from the hypervelocity cannon. Do need to be quick though, because that will be able to destroy us in the orbital space. So we'll take everything from Sutric and go over to Corvus, and I think we'll take Theda and Generis very swiftly afterwards as well. Actually just decided on the off that just thought to auto-resolve that battle. We didn't lose anything, which is very, very useful indeed. Just to save us a bit of time. So that's great. Let's just drop what we can there, pull back a bit. Zsinj does count as an administrator, so that's very useful. I forget exactly what the raw bonus is on that. 20%, so that's equivalent to our Hut Lord, isn't it? Yeah, he's 20% as well, which is great. So, what we should do is actually swing on over to Theda and take that as well. Oh, no, I really dislike this map. Favours us a little better. This is one of the, I forget exactly the name of the planet, but you've got to fight this very early on as the Ariada Authority. With all your heavy armour, getting down these narrow lanes, it's not ideal. They do have planetary defences up as well, as you can see by this shield generator, so we'll be seeing turbo lasers. That suggests that we should at least start with going infantry heavy. And we're going to bring in the Canderous, of course. So we're going to use these as throwaway scouts. Do get an abandoned turbo laser here.
Executing flyby. Ready to go.
We should bring everything around here to begin with.
Building started.
Commander,
Let's
copy.
see what the rest of these command posts are like.
The
Yeah,
enemy is approaching.
there's a turbo laser.
Moving to coordinates.
Not a bother. Is there a
Roger that.
second one down here? Well, there's one there. That's the answer. Okay. That's not too bad. That's fairly isolated.
Getting out. Ball out. Let's
Okay.
go out.
Alright, well, we've seen two and they're fairly isolated. Maybe we could use our infantry to go through its infantry-only pathway to capture this objective.
We've secured a landing
It's an
zone.
interesting idea there, actually.
Beginning construction.
Yeah, that might be the way to go, actually.
Awaiting your orders.
Okay, so what we can do is
Use more
keep
supplies.
a couple units
Shouldn't
here
be a problem.
with the A9 and the Candace over there. We'll take these Raptors over and we'll sit and defend.
Yes, Commander.
Now, has anyone heard the news that,
That
while
was
we're
a
waiting, of
clear
course,
Complete.
that there's potentially a Total War Star Wars in the works? Don't know if I 100% agree with that, believe that. Keeping up with the Total War news, allegedly there's a good amount of games in production at quite a small studio at CA after they've laid off quite a lot of people because their planned shooter didn't work. Hyenas and Pharaoh flopped as well. So I don't know. So according to the leaks, in total, there's a Total War Star Wars, a World War One Total War, and a Warhammer 40k Total War all in the works at the same time now. And with, you know, with Total War games coming out fairly slowly previously, I highly doubt that's the case.
Your signal is carbon.
But, oh,
Ready for battle.
hey, get away, get away, get away.
Time to move in for the kill.
No, oh, bloody hell. Okay, so maybe this wasn't the greatest of ideas because of that artillery, but we have now secured the landing zone, have we? Yes, so, I don't know, because
Reinforcements cancelled.
that's rather interesting. What I'm worried about is how the turbo lasers might range our 80 PCs here.
Heading to
Let's
coordinates.
get two of those
Going
down
now.
and be very quick about this.
Moving.
Reporting.
Just
Awaiting
keep
your orders. We're moving
keep the turbo
right away.
lasers firing at our infantry for now.
The target.
Pull back here, pull back here immediately. Make sure those turbo lasers don't range us. We can fire on the artillery at least.
Form up. Target in range.
No, that's definitely ranging us. That's not good.
Waiting orders.
Oh dear.
Copy.
Actually, it might be that crawler that's ranging us. Alright, so that was a mistake.
I
Okay.
copy.
Ready for action.
What we can do is
Ready for action.
use these units here.
Moving out.
They don't have... Oh, they do have a planetary generator. It's just there. That's a shame. Yeah, that's great. Not a problem.
Ready. Awaiting orders.
Should really emergency repair with these.
Our base is under attack.
Wondering where that artillery's got to. What do we see over here? Some infantry. Not a problem.
Yes, sir.
Can you please work on this quickly? There we go. Lovely.
Roger.
Sensor node constructed.
Make a sensor node. Oh, you little bugger. We do... Oh, no, 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 no.
Use your reinforcements.
Not liking this.
We're on the go.
Yeah,
On the
okay.
way.
Where is that artillery? It's all the way over there. Okay.
Choose your reinforcements.
Awaiting orders.
Pull back, because that's ranging.
Assault squad reporting.
Oh, did we lose that dropship on arrival? Or is it yet to come through the queue? That's the question.
Any orders? We're moving into position now.
We've just got to keep moving in out range, get out the range of that artillery, haven't we? If we've lost that bloody dropship on arrival, I will not be best pleased. I think there it is. Bloody hell. Okay, so the purpose of that dropship is to snipe the artillery. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh no, we can't do that because there's an anti-air turret there. Okay, let's get on top of this.
More supplies.
Attack that target.
Wonder if we can range that actually.
Attacking target.
Give us the signal. Engage your weapon systems.
Alright.
That wasn't
Sometimes, you know, when you go for these tactics that you probably wouldn't find yourself doing usually,
signal is gone.
very much end up regressing it. Okay, so we've destroyed that. We need to find the true power generator now. Come on. Let's get on top of this now. I'm not entirely sure where the power generator would be actually off the top of my head.
Roger that. This way.
What do we see? That's one of those slugs. I keep calling them slugs. They're crawlers. Not a problem. Dealt with that artillery. Get rid of this walker. And that is actually one of their factories, so we're going to bombard that. Wonder if we can get on top of that actually. Hold that in place. There we go. Didn't hit that, so that's a bit of a waste. Not a bother. Not a bother. Let's come around the edge over here then.
Problem.
And I think we'll keep this slot idle for now.
Ready and reporting.
Turret constructing.
It's a bother. Still getting the speeders out.
Awaiting your orders.
Control at least so we can snap to them. How are we doing on health? Not too bad. There is a turbo laser tower there. What are we seeing here? Yeah, let's get rid of this. Actually, get rid of this while it's grounded. Just a little late there. Can't fire at that apparently. Do we see a turbo laser on the... No, we don't. Interesting. Might as well just walk straight into their base then.
This way, man.
Hang on. Get on top of that.
Assault squad reporting. We're pushing on the enemy position now.
Alright, there we go. Lovely. What do we see here?
Attacking is ordered.
Don't like that. They can rip it past our infantry. Get rid of that speeder. Nah, okay. Not a bother. Not a bother. We'll just group up. Okay, so...
I copy.
Get on top. Oh, there's the power generator. Lovely. Oh, we'll march over there then. Give that a good old march. Get rid of this walker. Do they come out of these factories? They do, so let's actually just remove that very quickly. And after that initial panic, I think we'll do just fine here.
Enemy sighted.
Absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Well, an unhealthy amount of raptors lost there, but it could certainly have been worse. So actually not a bad take there. That's that choke point planet we've taken now, which is great stuff. So, does open up another pathway, but well, I think we'll be fine. Let's drop some units. I think we're all good on a rocket. That's 6 out of 10. Probably want to drop a few there then. But actually, I think most importantly, we're going to scout out Generis and make sure that we're not going to bump into Ardus Kane if we try and jump right now. And we want to create tax and light factory there. Come on. Oh, Slagus is, of course,
Going there now.
only orbital. What sort of space station do you want to drop on these two? Well, don't want to drop any economic station on here, do we? So I think a Golan colony would be best considering our current pop problems. We'll do that on Corvus as well. Go for a more expensive one. Because we can splash out some money. And if we have a look over here, what will we find on Generis? Hopefully not loads. Yeah, okay, that's pretty open. So they do have a hypervelocity cannon, but we could certainly take that on. all we need to do is move in with Zsinj or an ISD first, and we can certainly take that. And actually, I'm very happy that there's not a lot of ground units here, because this is again a horrible map to attack. With these lanes, it's very easy to defend, and all of your units are able to start very close to your command posts. So we're just going. Actually, I think that might be a decent job for Zenkins. You know, where's he gone? Where has he gone? Is it this one? It is this one, isn't it? I think we keep him defending, actually, because Imperial Remnant's looking at taking the Hapens out. I'm sure we'll be soon to follow. So, yeah, we'll take Zsinj in, but we'll swap that up for an ISD, because that could certainly take a couple shots. Alrighty, so we do have our ISD at the back there. We're going to tell that to come up immediately, but we do want to just get Zsinj right in the enemy's face here. There's no downside to doing that at the moment. They did bring in this Imperial, so that will slow us down a bit. That's not a problem. What's that done to us then? Not too much, actually. It's not taking anything out. Really, we should probably bring in a galleon to help us out with these things, but not a problem. Let's get on top of this. And we'll start using our ISD over here to focus down the particular hard points. Get rid of this because it's a fleet tender. Just make things a little more difficult for us. We'll get a hold of that. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Do have some fighters out, but they can do their own thing. It's not a particularly fighter-heavy battle, this, which is great. Zsinj is actually able to split his firepower with the arcs of fire being what they are, which is great. But that will be an Imperial down, which is great. So let's get Zsinj concentrating on the Golan there. And we're pulling up with both the ISDs now, which is great. Let's get on top of this victory. I think these are taken the model. At least they're used in the classic Battlefront 2. They're the Imperial frigates you get to destroy in orbital battles, which is great. Might be wrong about that though. Wouldn't be surprised. It's a great game, that. It's a shame the remaster was terrible. We get a full salvo out of here. That's fairly new, I think. Can't remember. That would be very useful against Ardus Kane. We've got some splash damage here. That's interesting. We'll push up. There's not much else to say here. Just destroying the Golans. And they're actually retreating. So look at all of that. You love to see this list getting filled. So I'm just going to pull back down here to the Taurus group and bring them over to Generis. And of course take the Fader group as well. We see a massive stack on Orb Mantell. It's just been taken by the Imperial Remnants. That's 2 Allegiances, 3 Imperial Interdictors and 2 Imperial 2s, as well as some escorting ships as well. We really need to take that on. We really need to take that on. My problem is going to be those Interdictors though, because they've got a lot of health behind those Gravity World Generators, haven't they? Ideally I'd send Zsinj against that. Having said that though, I think this fleet can handle it. It's going to be a lot of damage though taken. It's going to be a lot of damage. But I think we need those fighters out, don't we? We're not particularly bomber heavy. If we were quite bomber heavy in any of these fleets, we could draw out those ships individually. We've struggled against a similar fleet before with this one over here. It's very difficult indeed, actually. Zsinj with his Executor can certainly take a beating there. I think we need to take in Zsinj, don't we, for that? Okay. So what we're going to do is swap fleets here.
Coordinates received.
We will depart immediately.
So that we can use bombing runs and such if need be over here. We'll keep an eye on that. Lovely. And I think we have to take this now, don't we? We do have the ability to retreat if we can get on top of those Imperial Interdictors. Drop something there as well. They just lose some ships there. They've dropped an Imperial Interdictor. Definitely gone down. We've got Turbo Laser 8080s there as well. Okay. Oh, we need to do this. Okay, well there's no point really in wasting too much for the enemy there. I think we'll wait for Zsinj to come in though, just to base everyone in immediately. And see how their formation goes. Yeah, they can't bring in absolutely everything to start with, so they do have an allegiance at least in backup to bring us reinforcements. But that is now somewhat separated.
Commander. Bombers standing by.
Move our bombers up. Zsinj does have a trick up his sleeve. Bring him... We really should have brought him in to begin with, because he's going to have that range wasted, isn't he?
Please, you cannot rush Iron Fist.
Yeah, I think we're going to use Zinj's trick. And that is call in special reinforcements. Which ones do we want? Victory, RD, Nebulons. Yeah, we're getting the victories. Let's come in a interesting direction, but okay.
This is Warlord Zsinj.
Definitely focus this allegiance. That's a lot of hit points, and we'll immediately use this ability so that we can have it off of cooldown soon.
Missile tubes loaded. No problem. TIE squadron.
Get on top of the enemy bombers.
Bombers.
Use our own bombers to hit the ISD. We're going to lose sight of this. Not a bother. Let's focus some points down, shall we? Get on top of any turbo lasers possible. And there are a lot of turbo lasers on these ships.
Where'd he go?
I'll just watch Zinj's shields as well, actually. Yeah, he's losing shields very quickly. But heavy octuple turbo lasers on the outer turrets here. Absolutely nasty.
Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Generally, I'd say allegiances are really more tanks than damage outputters, but they serve those roles equally well.
The lasers are our target.
Yeah, that's a lot there. We need to get Zsinj focusing on some more Imperials here, don't we?
Commander, they're pursuing enemy forces.
And we're going to leave that, see if we can save its engines, but no, too late on that, not a problem. Just worried about them bringing in another one immediately. This Imperial's been reduced to just its engines, that's not a problem. Get Zsinj focus on the victory then, to whittle down its shields, and we're going to start getting these heavy turbo lasers down. We will have to watch out for Zinj's health. Is this in range? Bring it up a little.
Reporting. The lasers are our target.
Come on. So they've activated their gravity wells, which suggests they don't want to retreat either.
Eliminating
Our
target.
target priority is the laser
And there's that second allegiance. That is going to absolutely batter us. Zsinj needs to focus that pretty much immediately. That's only down to iron cannons, not doing any real damage. Let's get rid of another victory. I should get rid of the KDY because it's not going to be too difficult to get rid of. And we'll power some weapons here.
Missiles locked on.
Yes, Commander.
And yeah, get on the galleon because that's just going to slow us down. There is a second galleon.
Closing on target.
Yeah. Okay, so use the ISD to get rid of that. How are we looking over here? We're going to have to send Zsinj back to repair. But so long as we don't lose him, I'm absolutely fine with that. Absolutely fine with that.
Target their launchers.
It's certainly looking quite winnable at the moment, isn't it?
Awaiting orders.
Narrowing
Just make sure we're updating our targets as quickly as possible from one to the other.
Are our target.
Ensign spread.
Yeah, let's get on top of these interdictors, because they do have some decent firepower.
The laser cannon.
Double check Zinj's health, not bad. Lost that victory, but that's absolutely fine. It's a throwaway unit.
The lasers are our target.
Is that a cooldown ability? No, it's once you've used it, you've used it.
Awaiting your command.
Not a bother.
Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Okay, let's get on top of these light quads. Get on top of these.
Priority is the laser cannons.
Lovely, lovely. Ripping us apart, ripping apart that victory. And that is going to be pretty damn decent. Let's get Zsinj onto this victory. Top of that, that's only engines now, which is great. And we will remove the turbo lasers off of this then. Great stuff. Oh! Do we have time to do that ourselves? No, we don't. We can't bring in reinforcements because a gravity well is in use, which is really cheeky actually. Wish I'd have known that.
Straight to the point, please. Bring
I think I've been on the
all
receiving end of that
hands to
before,
their
but we've
engines.
definitely got to get rid of these
falling out of
interdictors.
Commander.
Engines,
Destroy the engine.
engines, come on. Got rid of those engines. Lovely. Easy game. And there you go. So it is going to cost us each week to repair Zsinj, but it's really not the biggest problem with our current economic situation, and we can certainly justify it by getting rid of 2 allegiances and 2 Imperials and 2 interdict Star Destroyers. Absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do is keep an eye on that. We're going to certainly keep an eye on that. That's where we're bringing this young man over here. Just going to... Come on. Actually, don't... Come on, you bastard. Separate these, because I think if you lose those icons, you lose the associated hero. We'll park him above Orb Mantell. I'm not entirely sure if you need to keep your Superstar Destroyers above friendly territory for the heal to work, but I don't want to...
Approach now.
Don't want to risk it. What do we want to do on Fader? We want to... I think we'll focus on defense here for now.
Beginning construction. Building started.
There we go. We're certainly going to take Orb Mantell pretty quickly, actually. I think we prioritise that over Generis, actually, because we have 2 links. We have 3 links, actually, for that base, that trade route. And that's, you know, something we want to take away from the Imperial Remnants as quickly as possible. So they have armour there, don't they? A lot of armour. But it's fairly light in general, other than that 80-80. So I think really we're certainly set up with 3 SPMATs to take that on fairly easily. Let's get into it. And Orb Mantell, with it being so narrow in a lot of places, is a right arse to take as well, to be quite honest. So we're going to get 2 of these SPMATs. Canderous Assault can come down, and certainly more Raptors to provide vision.
Any orders?
And they're also just a hard target for that 80-80, especially since it's a turbo laser one. I'm going to push up to capture this abandoned turbo laser as well. I'm going to get a Sentinel there. Capture that.
Give us a signal.
Reporting.
Now I'm expecting them to just come for us. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Not a bother. Let's pull back. Yeah, sniping these down immediately is excellent. Now we're going to tempt these out. We're going to stay in range. I don't mind losing some Raptors for this planet. It's such a valuable planet. It will pay for these Raptors in one cycle. What are these? Back to healing, a little bit of a AV Blaster Cannon, but I don't think they're really a match for these.
Your signal is garbled.
Ready. Commencing attack.
Oh, we're not in range there? Oh, let's get on top of this then.
Fire.
Give me a target.
Ready for battle.
Artillery online.
Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, get on that AC-80 immediately.
Target.
You can't mess around.
I copy.
Base is under attack.
Okay, look at that. It's not the best of views there, actually. Got to stop that. But that is down. And that's excellent. So, what else do they have then? Probably just those Firehawks about.
Ready to fight.
There we go. There they are. Lovely. This can provide sight. That can set up. There we go. Focus on the weaker one. Canderous can take that on as well. So the Firehawks generally are a bit of a hybrid tank. It's a super heavy AV cannon on that. Does that have sight? No, unfortunately not. There's more over there. Did we capture that base? I wouldn't mind getting reimbursed for any losses. I don't think we'll be in time here. Are we struggling with terrain here? Yeah.
What do I get to blow up?
They're going to retreat.
Orders
Lovely stuff.
Standing by.
That's actually going to get sniped before they can retreat. That's brilliant. So fairly easy takeover. We did lose some Raptors, but once again they come 10 a penny from Wayland, and that loss in itself gets paid by one cycle from Orb Mantell. So we really can't begrudge that whatsoever.
Construction complete.
And I think we're going to keep Zsinj over there actually. Oh, Kel Darby's been shot down there. I completely forgot about that. That's quite a heavy loss. Oh dear. Alright. That's silly. We shouldn't have let that happen. Because that's quite an expensive loss. So what do they have at Generis? Infantry and whatever comes out of here, so TIE crawlers and medium walkers. We can take that on with what we've got over here anyway, really. That's just a single hero. Not a bother. Okay, well, we'll just do that immediately then. Yeah, we'll not waste around for that once again. And think about it, we might be able to auto-resolve fairly cleanly there. We do! Lovely. Easy game. Made a lot of progress today, a lot of progress. Very important planets have been taken. So, what do we want to do about it a bit further? We want to save a little bit of money and get our huts here over there. I want to move the Iroko garrison over to Ord Mantell. Mindor's looking good, but we want to keep that there for now. What else do we have down here? Do we want planetary defences? I think just another heavy factory would be good. So that's forward production as well. Now, Ord Mantell is absolutely going to have a trade port. It'd be a crime not to. And we're going to want to scout out Ardus Kane again, I think. We can actually build up over here again, so let's build these to get that infrastructure score up. What money are we on? A fair bit. We can just use that to get our infrastructure up. Good, it is very much needed. Infrastructure score is nearly 200, and once it does get to 200, I think it is, we get a general bonus to production costs and time. So by building up these planets here, we should get our score up quite nicely. Going to start with barracks, planetary generator, 2 heavies, and I want a forward advance as well. I'm not so worried about taxing that.
Construction complete.
Though taxing it would really boost us. Someone's lost a lot of heroes there. So we see Boba Fett over here, which is interesting. That's another easy takeover. Can't really build anything else over here, that's fine. In this orbital space. There's basically nothing there. So if we just pause very quickly, we can look at how people are doing. Our legitimacy stands at the highest at 28%, very closely followed by the Imperial Remnants 26. But who else? Ariada Authorities at 20. We've pushed the Pentastar down to 15. But they do still have a good amount of living warlords in Ardus Kane and Jarek there, which is not good. Zanda Delvadas doesn't look like he's controlling his executor at the moment, which is brilliant. As far as the Imperial Remnant goes, they only have Sate Pestage, which is interesting. They've integrated a lot of groups themselves, though. Okay. Okay. We're going to scout out Mon Calamari once again because I want to get on top of that and Mintuine very quickly indeed. We'll just keep an eye on what's they're doing over in Mercana. We would initiate a space battle over here, but I think they had an ion cannon. If they don't, we're going to do that standard brute force approach. Do you have a hero over here? Who is this? Milo Finesse. Victory 2. Interesting. So that's something to look out for. But they can't really build too much over there because it's just a level 1 station. We have constructions built over here. Let's make this another fortress, a light fortress, because no point in taxing it. Yeah, okay, so they don't actually have a ion cannon there, so we might as well invade that while they're still building up. This fleet will certainly beat down a, I think there's an Empress station they get at the top tier. This fleet's definitely capable of doing that with a lot of Star Destroyers about. So let's get on top of Mon Calamari and close off a pocket finally. So there's no real initial starting garrison here, but because of this Empress, they're going to get out quite a bit of fighters and bombers. But this one, of course, being the Dreadnought shipyard, look at all of that they're going to get out. MC-80Bs, heavy cruisers, Liberties. It's just a lot of stuff. So,
Choose your
it's still not enough to beat us back, of course.
Yes, sir. On our way.
Moving out. Heading out.
Look at that. All of these Super Star Destroyers. Super Star Destroyers, Imperial Star Destroyers.
Destination confirmed.
Fair formation.
We're
I'll just check that with some Nebulons, of course. See them firing out with missiles already.
This way. Let's go. Let's go.
I like to just go top down while looking at these formations. Sometimes it looks like from this position you're putting your nebulons as such on the nose of your Star Destroyers, but really what you're doing is putting them behind.
Understood.
I guess that's some surveyors. We want some fighters and bombers out, really, of our own
Engines to full.
to contend.
Carrick en route. Go after the stragglers.
So yeah, we're going to beat this one down. The MC-90. Do we get some... Is this Fleet Tender? No, it's just... It's interesting to get that.
Quick.
Very interesting to get that.
Cruiser reporting.
They've got us targeted.
We can beat down the assault frigate here.
Reporting in.
Focus on this one over here.
Fire at will.
Lovely.
Attack
So we need our
formation.
fighters and such in to tie up.
Empire.
Just get in the fray there.
Attack run.
Don't want to push up our nebulons just yet because they're providing good point defense. And if anything does get in, like these fighters, they'll be able to rip those apart.
Attack formation.
Yeah, got on top of these assault cruisers very nicely indeed.
Gunship reporting.
Let's get on top of this
Disable their launch
majestic.
Making another pass. Nowhere to
Lovely
run.
stuff.
Big target. Coming around. Intercepting. Eliminating target. I'm on them. Coming back around for another run.
And there we go, very, very nice indeed. We're going to move immediately to take Mon Calamari, as it's been a goal of mine for quite some time now, ever since we moved into this area of the galaxy. We do have a fairly decent army over here. Of course, we've got one on Takana as well. That's going to be fairly idle, so we can bring all of that across. So long as they don't produce anything else in the meantime over here, that's going to be fairly easy. Got Karkatan. It's not too much of a bother. We do have some good anti-infantry killers here. I believe... Or we won't really be able to stand up to our Night Sister. I just thought we had the Assassinate ability. This young man might have it here. Double check what that was. But otherwise we've got the Armour Free Runners. Not too much of a bother. Sorosub Combat Speeders. They're alright against vehicles, but so are we with our SPMATs. This is just an administrator here, so he's just going to sit in a building. It's night time as well, lovely. So, we're certainly going to bring in this young man. And he does count as 2 pop, not a problem. We'll just bring up some infantry then to begin with. And an A9 for healing. I'm going to aim for a victory objective today, rather than storm the base. I don't think I've ever really pushed a Mon Calamari normally. Yeah, this is Assassinate, so that's interesting indeed. So Karkatan shouldn't really stand a chance. Let's move up to the next base. This is where things get a little more difficult because you've got to push this long, thin bridge.
Moving to destination. Moving to
That's not ideal. Yeah, I think we'll just bring in more Raptors for now. Otherwise,
Repair station
we'll capture both build pads here. Do have a sensor array, but that doesn't really help us, to be honest. It just sees to the front here. Should really capture the forward build pads as well. We see speeders trying to get behind us. Interesting.
Roger that.
Construction. Use more supplies.
Do they have sights over there? No, they don't. Of course they don't. That's interesting.
Form up.
Yeah, get on top of this one.
Enemy.
Oh, okay, so he does come with a heavy tracker. Last time I saw him, I thought he just sat in a building. That's very interesting. Well, those heavy trackers do have a lot of health.
Turret constructing.
What do we see over here? Is that Karkatan? I know someone who can duel you.
Give us a signal. That wasn't clear. Repeat.
We will just control group these. And yeah, come on. I'd like you to be a tiniest bit quicker.
Construction complete.
Does that assassinate really works? No? Interesting. Alright. Why has that not worked? Just massive damage. That might have just got rid of his shields. That's an interesting one. Okay. He's pulled back then because he's actually going to lose that fight. Stealth up. Needs to bring in the A9 then, and the rest of our raptors can come over. Not a bother. Just keep his shields down for now.
Yes, sir.
Get the A9 on there. What is he doing? Oh, okay. He's got lightning as well. Some people have been playing Jedi Outcast.
Ready for command. Weapons
On top of that.
Your orders.
Alrighty. He's quite the hero here, isn't he? Needs to keep sights on him. Don't think that's really happening there, is it? Okay. That's a shame. We've lost track of the other hero as well. Okay, not a bother.
Awaiting your orders.
Commander. On my way.
We'll get rid of these, not a problem. Won't have loads and loads coming out of their garrison. Really not a bother. What do we see here? Just more standard infantry. Wouldn't bother. I think we need to just push up a tiny bit here. What's this? Standard infantry once again. Got the turret there, not a bother. Let's push right up over here then. We've actually lost a pop over here. Should have built some here as well actually. Let's pull back the one unit, because it needs to build up here.
Reporting.
What are we shooting at? Just a neutral building once again. Interesting choice.
I await your
Push up
instructions.
here. This needs to get line of sight.
Order acknowledged.
On top of these, please. Thermal detonator, get on top of this.
Clear. Big boom. Unit destroyed.
Don't think that's really done too much there. Okay. An interesting one. Do we see Carpatan coming back? We do. He's destroyed our SPMAT. That's nasty. And he's dealt with our hero that was over here. I'm just so blind to this. I'm glad I didn't try a stealth invasion here. I've really underestimated him. Seriously underestimated him. Needs to get back here. Actually, I think what we need to do is pull back. Don't like saying that.
I copy.
Actually, no, we don't need to pull back. I've just remembered that we can also bombard and drop a bombing run here. For now,
Your orders. We're
pull
on our
back
way.
there. Do we see that Carpatan? It is.
Destination is
Well, that'll get rid of him. Easy game. Do so to pull back though, because that A9 is very low on health. That bombing run's going to miss because of that. Oh dear. What are you shooting at?
Activated.
Yeah, that was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal show there. Need more infantry down.
Coordinates received. Moving there now.
Very well.
Setting course.
Absolutely abysmal showing. Very really not pleased with that at all.
Form up. Attack.
Need to capture this. Now we need to push up.
If that is your will.
Make sure you're covered.
Deary me. Deary me. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
On top of that, please. So, I hope we don't lose this hero unit, because the person we lost was, I think, the core of their unit. So, I don't really want to trade them for Carpatan. That was a massive misuse of him there. And a little embarrassing, really.
Beginning construction.
Needs to push up.
Moving to position.
Troop carrier awaiting orders.
Assault squad reporting. We're available.
Darkness awaits.
On top of everything here, start microing a little better, please. Just get rid of all this infantry to begin with. Lovely. Get on top of the free runner. Lovely. Take cover. Get on top of that. It's nasty. And pull up just about here.
Construction complete.
What is it? Feel my
Ready for
wrath.
command.
We'll provide all the
I
backup you
fear
need.
no one.
And I think now, really, we just rush the command posts.
Welcome aboard, soldiers. Troop carrier en route.
And make sure no enemy infantry can get on top of that. And that will be pretty much it there.
Activating main cannon.
Really not happy with the outset of that battle,
Cover. Clear crossfire.
Very well.
but there's only so much you can do sometimes. I think we pull these back to heal, but I'm not holding my breath about keeping that squad, which is a shame because they were quite integral to stealth operations.
I think there's room for one or two more, sir.
But I'm glad because my original plan was to do a pure stealth invasion. I think clearly we would have had a very good chance of losing that with Karkatan actually being very good. Because the Night Sister doesn't have Assassinate, she's got Drain Life. And I think it's not quite as powerful as it used to be in the base game, which would make sense. We pull this back.
Moving out on
Unit
Nah,
destroyed.
too late on that again. Silly.
Any orders?
Very silly indeed.
Affirmative, sir.
But I think, really, we can say that's about it.
Await orders.
Just waiting now,
Yes,
making
Commander.
sure this is in range. There we go. So a lot of losses there. An A9 Imperial dropship, an SPM-AT, and 3 Raptors. But apparently we didn't lose that hero. So we can replace everything else, not the hero.
Planetary
Let's double
control
check that.
achieved.
No, it is still there. So I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. So that is going to be it, guys, for today. Taking a lot of planets today. Mon Calamari, Corvus, Generis, Fader, and Ord Mantell. Very, very happy with that today. Made a very good push against both the New Republic and, of course, the Pentastar Alignment, who does still have a lot of planets. A lot of planets. We should focus on killing Ardus Kane, moving to this sector of the galaxy and pushing to Bastion to take their capital. Once we've done that, taken out their 2 commanding heroes, we can look at integrating them because we do have the highest Imperial influence, and it will only get stronger if we move against the Pentastar there. Otherwise, looking very good now, which very, very happy about. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the future. May all of your nights and days be auspicious. Goodbye.